Well, here we are, Jeff. Episode 5.
We're back.
Back. CCN Backstage.
This is probably the hottest podcast happening on the internet right now.
This moment, you heard it here,
If
folks.
I look it up, will I see like in top podcasts, will we be in the top 5?
Top 5 podcast releases by this church this week. Yes, we will make that list for sure. We got it. Nailed it.
I love it. Well, Kyle, you're doing a great job with this. Every week the podcast gets better. It looks better. It sounds better.
You can see this. Our new LED sign behind us. You got everything. It's all there.
Ah, way to go.
So
did you enjoy that little bit of encouragement?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed that encouragement a lot.
I normally just throw stuff at you, so I was encouraging you, affirming you right here for everybody to hear. That's what I want to talk about this week.
Encouragement.
Yeah, because the Bible talks a lot about how do we encourage one another, encourage one another. And I really like the sound of that.
Yes.
Because raise your hand if you like to be encouraged. I do. Would you rather be encouraged, or would you rather have someone throw shade at you?
Oh, for sure. I want that encouragement.
Yeah.
Always. Words of affirmation is a big deal. You know?
Is it? Oh, is that one of your? Is that one of your love languages?
It
words
may
of
make
affirmation?
my top 5 love languages. No, it does.
Congratulations.
There you go.
Yeah, this idea of encouragement. So I want it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure we always know in the church how best to do it.
Yeah, because you don't want to be like that weird person that like comes up to someone that you don't even know, you don't have a relationship, when you just kind of like are trying to pull something out of thin air that it's not real, right?
Right.
So encouragement has to come from a place that it's genuine and it's heartfelt, and you know, I see this thing in you and you're doing an awesome job at this or whatever. That's super helpful to people.
Yeah, I think about that a lot. That you're getting right to it, right? Complimenting somebody's character.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, not that people say these things to me, but like, I like your hair, or that never gets said to me. Or, I like your shirt, or what gets said to me is, it seems like you just have the same shirt.
That is what I tell you. But you have stepped
this
up
pattern.
your game. Yes.
I'm trying to get back to Salisbury. But those things don't mean, I think they're nice on a surfacey level. But to get to somebody's character, like I see something in you. What a great line to say.
Yeah.
Like I see how you're really walking in obedience to that thing. This is especially crucial in small group where we have more open relationships. And as I put myself out there and as I'm more transparent and even get to vulnerability about something in my life, to go, hey, I'm struggling with this. When I see you improving, like saying it,
absolutely.
Like, I don't know about you, but when I'm trying to lose weight, and I'm down 10 or 15 pounds, and I think it's the worst, and then someone goes, you look thinner. Are you losing weight?
That's like so much better. You're like, oh, I'm going to go hit the gym again. I'm ready. Let's go.
What is it? It's that thing where you go, this is insane. Like somebody finally noticed.
Yeah.
Something changes in me when I feel that. And so really, I think like going past the surface to get to something deeper, who the person is, complimenting somebody about, man, I was in a, prayer group with you and what you prayed and how you prayed over me, and that was such a blessing to me. Or, hey, I see the way that you are with your wife, and that really encourages me. The way that you're really gentle and careful, or the way that you were super courteous, or the way you are with your kids and you're fun and that you're intentional. Those kinds of things go a long way with people. And I got thinking about this because I've had this little system in the past. If you think it twice, say it.
Yeah.
So the idea of thinking, so sometimes I'll think, oh gosh, Kyle's doing such a great job as a dad. And I think it. And then if I think it again at some point later, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
Like if you think something at least twice about a person, pick up the phone and call them. I did this with a friend last week, actually. I was like, I've had this thought 3 or 4 times. I broke my own rule. I've had this thought 3 or 4 times about you and how it really changed me and how you were so gracious with me during this period of time. I just needed you to know. I just had to tell you that.
Yeah.
I think it goes a long way. We have to tell people.
Yeah. And so like, here's the thing too about all of that is not everything that we get to say is encouraging. Right. And some people like are really, really good at the the more constructive criticism, we will say, just for lack of wanting. Yeah. Some people are really, really good at that. But that doesn't mean as much if it only ever comes from a place of, hey, this is something that you need to work on. This is something you really are doing terrible at. This is, you could be better at this, and this. That comes a lot better when you're more encouraging than discouraging.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more willing to listen to the constructive feedback when it comes from someone that I know has been encouraging to me and sees the great things in me as well.
Yeah.
Like, I always tell Chelsea, and like it's like an Oreo cookie, right? Gluten-free Oreos, they're great. I love them.
They're not great.
Don't lie. We've done this side by side, and it couldn't tell me which one was which. Anyways, back to, so you do the Oreo cookie thing, right? Like, you give them an encouragement, and then you give them like the sandwich filling part, which is like the hey, this is the thing that you need to work on,
Yeah.
and then you give them more encouragement,
Right.
And sometimes sometimes it's like the thins Oreo that it's not as much, or sometimes
Those
it's like
are
the double stuff or the mega
are the
stuff, even
best.
that you have to give more like constructive
Yeah.
feedback. But it helps so much for people to be able to receive it more when you're encouraging them and building them up and building up, like you said, their character.
I love that Oreo illustration. I love that. I've always thought of it like a bank account. Like, you can't make another withdrawal on this because you don't have enough on deposit.
Yeah.
So the affirmation, the pouring into, 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, therefore, encourage one another and build each other up just as you are doing.
Yeah, come on.
That's build it up.
Yes.
I'm here to encourage you and build you up. And somehow when you do that with me, like the account is like this. When you have something hard you have to say to me, it doesn't take that much out.
Yeah.
But we tend to operate sometimes as people, we're just taking things out of people and stop putting it in. We're supposed to build it up. This is discipleship. You
Yeah.
can put this under the banner of this is what Christ followers are called to do.
Yeah.
We're called to encourage and build each other up. And we love it. I need it. I always think back to my sort of marathon triathlon days. Those are a long way in the rearview mirror now, but I had to go back and think about it. When you run the Chicago Marathon, there are 1 million spectators.
That's insane.
Isn't it crazy? And somehow, like, they'll kind of congregate at like a big turn. And so
Yeah.
I would always speed up on the turns because there's more people cheering.
Yeah.
And so I figured out for like my first 2 marathons, people put their name on their shirt. So I started putting my name on my shirt, big letters in marker, because people will say it
Yeah.
in the crowd. They'll be like, go, Jeff. They don't know me, but they see my name. I will like run faster and farther and sometimes even get goosebumps in a moment because it's so hard.
Yeah.
I had this hard thing I'm doing. It's mile 21. I want to quit. I'm getting cramped up.
Yeah.
But this is partly Christian life too. It's not always easy. And people
Absolutely.
are going through things we don't even know they're going through. And there's a part where they're like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. I don't know if I want to keep going to church every week. I don't know if I want to go to small group. This is hard. I'm struggling. And you don't even know it.
Yeah.
But when you give them a word, when you affirm them, when you pull them aside to say, just wanted to say something to you.
Yeah.
I saw how engaged you were today.
Mm-hmm.
That is such an example to me
Yeah.
in the way in which you were engaged. I see the way you conduct yourself. I see the way you are with people in the lobby. You're a listener.
Yeah.
You're so good at listening to people. You're one of the people actually I want to go to and talk to because of the way you actively listen. That means so much to me. That means more to a person than I think we think it does.
Yeah.
But it has to be genuine.
It does.
Can you tell through a fake?
Oh my gosh, so easy. It's so easy to tell when it's a fake encouragement because it doesn't feel like it's coming from a place of the person really knows you. You can just tell when they're kind of phoning it in.
Right.
But when it's real, man, I tell you what, that fills up your tank for like the rest of the week. You're good
Right.
to go. Like
Right.
it's awesome.
Right. This is awesome. I'm a little distracted right now because I'm wondering if everyone on the podcast can hear the thunder and rain that's pouring down on the
raining
building
like
right
crazy.
now. So if there's a little background noise, we're not doing this again. So let me encourage you to keep listening, even if you are distracted by the background
good.
noise.
It's good.
I love Romans 1. Paul writes in verse 12, that is that we may be mutually encouraged by each other's faith.
Yeah.
Wow. They would be mutually encouraged by each other's faith. That is a thing. Like, I think about that with my wife. I think about it with my kids. I think about it with you, Kyle. I think about it with people in our church, people in my small group. But when I see them grab a hold of something and believe God for it and put their faith in action by serving and put himself out, that I'm like built up
Yeah.
and encouraged, we're encouraging each other.
Absolutely.
This is a big work of the church, that we would encourage each other. So I would encourage you to find ways, go out of your way to find somebody to encourage this week up in the Lord. Find something about their faith, find something about their character, find something that they're doing, and just lean into it. You don't know what it's going to do for them. You don't even know what it'll do for you. You'll begin to look for ways to encourage people once you start doing it. It's not that, somehow it should be more intuitive and natural for us to do it than it actually is. We're not naturally great at it. There's some Barnabases out there who are good at encouragement, but I find it's a muscle I've had to work on. I've had to work on being an encourager, and a genuine encourager.
Yeah.
And not flattery. Nobody wants to be flattered.
No.
In the moment, it might feel nice, but you walk away going, that felt really, really empty.
Yeah.
Even on a Sunday morning, somebody might come, that was such a great message, or that was such a great, that's not that. I appreciate that, but it really means something to me if you tell me what the Holy Spirit was doing in your life as a result of the message.
When you're more specific.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Right? What a great idea to be specific.
Yeah.
As specific as you can be in the encouragement really helps the person, because what does it want me to do? I want to do more of that.
Yep, absolutely.
I want to lean more into that thing the Lord's doing in my life. And I think it just makes us all better. It makes us all stronger as we grow in discipleship. And so encourage one another, y'all. Get after it.
Come on.